6 days ago, the entire football world had made up its mind. Cristiano Ronaldo was finished. The numbers said so. The pundits said so. Kevin Prince Boateng said it on live television. If he were a real team player, he would step down and let the young players flow. Thierry Henry dissected his movement in the second half against DR Congo and found nothing. 25 touches, 0 shots on target, 17 passes backwards. The oldest outfield player to start a World Cup match, invisible against a team who had never won a World Cup game in their entire history. The verdict was unanimous. The clock had run out. Then he stepped onto the pitch against Uzbekistan, and it took him exactly 6 minutes to make every single person who wrote him off look completely wrong. Minute 6. A cross comes in. The Portugal striker attacks the ball with a right-footed volley. Goal. And with that one strike, Cristiano Ronaldo became the first player in the history of football, man or woman, to score in 6 different World Cups, not 4, not 5, 6, spanning 20 years of his life, from Germany 2006 when he was 21 years old, to Houston 2026 when he is 41. Then in the 39th minute, Bruno Fernandes finds him in the area. He strikes it perfectly inside the near post. 2 goals, man of the match. Portugal 5-0 Uzbekistan. So what actually happened? How does a player go from invisible and finished to record-breaking and dominant in 6 days? And what does it tell you about how the football world judges players too quickly? Here is what the critics missed. Ronaldo's performance against DR Congo was not a sign that he was finished. It was a sign that DR Congo had an extraordinary defensive game plan specifically built around neutralizing him. Their coach Sébastien Desabre studied Ronaldo's movement tendencies in depth and set up a disciplined low block that took away his central channels. The young midfielder who said publicly he was not afraid of Ronaldo was not speaking from superiority. He was speaking from a team that had done their homework. This is what sports analysts call the sample size trap. You watch one performance under specific conditions designed to stop one player, and you conclude that player is finished. You do not ask why. You do not look at the opponent's structure. You do not consider that a single match against a defense built specifically for you is not a representative sample of your ability. You react, you declare, you are wrong. The numbers that looked damning had context behind them. Ronaldo's 25 touches were partly a consequence of Portugal's attacking structure, which funneled wide rather than central. His backwards passes reflected a defense that gave him no space to turn. These are not excuses. They are variables that single-match analysis almost always ignores. And here is the deeper truth. Ronaldo at 41 is not the same player he was at 31. He does not press. He does not make the runs he once made. His role has fundamentally changed from a complete forward to a penalty area predator waiting for the moment. Against DR Congo, the moment never came, because DR Congo planned for exactly that. Against Uzbekistan, the moment came in the 6th minute, and he buried it. Researcher Sian Baylock, who has studied performance psychology under pressure for decades, has written about how elite athletes under public scrutiny often perform differently, depending on whether the environment rewards or restricts their specific skill set. Ronaldo's skill set at 41 is extremely specific. He needs the ball in the right place at the right time inside the box. Against DR Congo, he never got it. Against Uzbekistan, he got it twice. Same player. Different conditions, completely different verdict. The football world has a short memory and an even shorter attention span. A player has one bad match, and the narrative writes itself instantly. Finished, done, should step aside. The noise gets louder than the actual evidence. And then the player scores twice in 6 minutes, and suddenly, the narrative reverses just as fast. Ronaldo did not change in 6 days. The conditions changed, and the lesson is the same one the football world learns and forgets at every tournament. One match is not a verdict. One performance is not a career. And the people who declare a legend finished after 90 minutes against DR Congo are the same people who will celebrate his record-breaking goal against Uzbekistan without acknowledging they were wrong. Everyone was wrong about Ronaldo, and he made sure they knew it.